Hello and welcome to Solo Playthroughs. We are having a new game here today. Normal caveat, blah, blah, blah. Rules, mistakes, maybe, blah, blah, blah. Working hard to make sure there are none, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, let's go forward. All right, here we go. This is a small box game. Very, it's kind of nice, actually. My shelf space appreciates having something this size. This is a game that was first put on my radar by a patron, Philip. I really appreciate the suggestion. It is hard to find. So when this came out, I'm guessing this was 20 bucks or less. Now, not so much because of the scarcity of it. I think there are some IP issues. And Corey Conesco, who was the designer of this game, one of his designs he did when he was at Fantasy Flight is no longer there. So I'm not really sure if you're going to see any new ones anytime soon. I understand or new additions, I should say, anytime soon. There are a number of expansions which are exceedingly hard to find, way harder to find, and way more, at least at a price that I'm willing to pay than the base game. But the base game has a lot to like. It's really not that complicated. You learn this rule book fairly quickly, compared to things like Cloudspire and Too Many Bones and Mage Knight and Spirit Island. It's like, oh, okay, let me try this. Won very easily my first play. Second play was going swimmingly, and then I got smashed. And I was like, oh, okay, there's more strategy and difficulty than I feared after I smashed the first game of it. But we'll see how this game goes now. In the solo game, so this game can play up to 6 different players. We have 6 different duos of Space Marines. So we have the orange Space Marines, the green, the yellow, the gray, the blue, and then the violet here. Violet, purple, I don't know. You say tomato, I say tomato. And then you have there's different Void Lock cards that are geared for the number of players. So this is the Void Lock card for a solo game. And then we're going to have 3 other locations that are going to have to be added to a location deck. And ultimately, so we're going to start in the initial Void Lock, and then we're going to travel at some point, which I'll get to, and then we're going to go to a location on level 2, which will be randomly chosen from these 3. Then once we do some things there, then we'll go to travel to a location on level 3, and then we go to a location on level 4. My understanding of thematically what's going on, again, there was a ship that was being overrun by genestealers, and there is something important on that ship, and we are the Marines going to take care of business and kill these really ugly, various assorted types of genestealers. I don't know much about the original IP for this, other than it does come from Warhammer. So any of you Warhammer nuts out there can tell me what the heck is going on. I hope that glare should go away as I start adjusting things on the screen. So I know that the one Genestealer just looks like a flash of light right now. Oh, look at that. He's pretty. Beautiful, man. Any dad would be happy if his daughter brought that dude home for dinner, right? So let's go from there. I'm going to roll the die. They're random. I have no idea which is which. So I'm going to choose one of these level 2 cards. I rolled a 6. We'll take that one. These 2 just go out of play. One of these level 3 cards. Well, that one. These 2 go out of play. And then one of these level 4 cards. I'll take the middle one. I rolled a 4. These 2 will go out of play. So here we have 2, 3, and 4. This is our location deck. I'm going to put this off the screen up top. Great. Now what? I'm going to take this stack of Genestealers. We're going to shuffle this really well, and we're going to form 2 blip piles. I said blip piles. So we're going to put 6 on either side of the Void Lock. Why 6? Well, you see those numbers. It says 6, so we're going to follow those instructions, and I'll put this stack over here. I might have to move that off the camera at some point, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the left blip pile, and then we're going to put 6 more on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to go on the right blip pile. We need a few more things here. So we look at the Void Lock. The Void Lock has some symbols. There's 2 on the left, there's 2 on the right, and we're going to have to follow the symbols to put out different terrains. So on the left, we are going to put out a door. It's going to be 1 down from the top, and there's going to be 6 Marines in the center. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can kind of visualize where they're supposed to be. So I'll just do the terrains now while I'm talking about it. So the door is going to go there. The door has a activate ability on there, and now we'll make some sense as we go. If you've never seen this game before, the activate ability says place 1 support token on this card. When traveling, the current player may first slay 1 Genestealer in the formation for each token on this card. The active player does change in a multiplayer game. The active player will always be me in a solo game, obviously, so I wouldn't have to worry about that too much. All right, so that box is gone. So we have the door here. We're going to, on the 3 down from the top, we're going to put a, where is that symbol? A dark corridor. So that's the second slide. That'll be the third. And again, I'll adjust once the Marines get on the board. And then on the right side, we're going from the bottom up to the top. So second spot up, we're going to have a corridor. And the third spot up, we're going to have a vent. So there'll be an empty 6 spot, corridor, vent, third spot, second spot, first spot. Now let's put some Marines in there so we can kind of see this come together. So there are 6 different classes of Marines in the solo game. We will only be controlling 3 of them, and we randomly, I'm going to randomly choose which they are. And so since we're controlling 3 different classes of Marines, we're actually controlling 6 characters, but it's really not that overwhelming. I mean, each character only has 1 action a turn, and there's like actually a very mechanical order that those actions have to be carried out in, and we'll kind of see that play out. So I'm just going to roll a die. And so these tokens are cool. Like, they don't really serve much function in the game. I actually put them in capsules. I thought there'd be things like, you know, Dawn of the Zeds, where you're like flipping them a lot, and I realized, oh, they're actually not used all that much. So probably didn't need to put them in capsules, but I like the capsules, so we'll leave them there. So I'm going to roll this die, get number 4. So we are going to have the yellow Marines. So that'll be Brother Claudio and Brother Guriel. Welcome to the club. I rolled a 1. We're going to have the purple Marines, or violet, and then you rolled again, number 3. We have the green Marines. So I'm going to take the other Marines off of the board, and those will go off. And notice there's more than 2 cards here. Well, why? So there's 5 cards in each of these piles. 2 of these cards represent the Marines, and 3 of these cards represent actions, the actions that that Marine class has. So when you choose an action, you'll be able to carry out that action with both of your Marines, or only one if one of them is dead, which, you know, these Genestealers have a way of reducing your numbers fairly quickly sometimes. So that is definitely just something to think about. But the 3 actions are always, one says support, one says move and activate, and one says attack. And the trick is you get to choose 1 action every round, and the next round you cannot use the action that you used in the previous round. So there is some strategizing that needs to take place to make sure that you're using these actions well. Now what I'm going to do, so these are support tokens. I'm going to leave them over there, get that off the board. Here's this die, which I will be rolling numerous times, and then we're going to just kind of put these, I'll have the actions face down, and then I'll have a pile for the show the one that I used, and I think that should work for the video. So we got the violet up there, we got the yellow and that token, and then we have the green down here. I think the primary purpose of this token in a multiplayer game is to kind of show people like who controls what. But obviously here, I just use it just as it works for the video fairly well. So I'll kind of just keep them out there. All right, so we have these 6 Marines. Now, what order do they get put in? Well, that is entirely random, folks. So I'll just do the die rolling. Why not? It works. So that's not the right die. That die is not going to help us. All right, this is a 0 to 5 die. There's a 3. So up top, we're going to have Brother Claudio. He has a range 0 attack. Brother Claudio bravely dives into battle with little reservation for his own mortality. His combat prowess has kept him alive in many sticky situations. Now he's going to come into play facing the left. Now the facing is only, sometimes the art doesn't really match up with which way they're facing, which is a little bit weird. But what this shows is that if it's facing to the left, that means he can attack Genestealers that are to the left of him, and he can also interact with the terrain that's to the left of him. So he's going to go facing to the left. Now, and the Marines will kind of change their facing. You have the ability to do that if you do certain actions as you go. So you'll see that. The next one up is going to be number 4. This is going to be Brother Noctis. Now, Brother Noctis comes from the Green Marines. He has a range 2 attack. In the heat of battle, Brother Noctis stays cool and clear-headed. His years of service have earned the trust and respect of Sergeant Gideon. Of course they have. So he's also going to come into play facing the left. And you'll notice that those ranges are different. Range 0 means that the the Marine could only attack the Genestealers that are on the same level of the formation. Range 2 means you can attack on the same level or 2 above or 2 below. So obviously range 2 gives you a lot more flexibility when it comes to doing your attacks, right? So just making sure I have these facing the right way. I do. Good. We're going to pull the third one. I rolled a die. It is a 3. We have another one of the yellows. So you notice they don't have to alternate. You can have, I could have 2 yellows next to each other if that's how it is. It's supposed to just be random. It's supposed to just shuffle, put them down. Obviously, I just use a die here. And we'll get the randomness that we want. So Brother Goriel has a range 2 attack. Brother Goriel carefully balances his natural aggression with his trained discipline. Brother Goriel is never far away when violence is brewing. Well, that's good to know. What a violent dude. Great. So we're having ventilation duct. Who's going to be next to the ventilation duct? It's going to be number 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Brother Omnio, range 2 attack. Brother Omnio tracks down the Genestealer swarms with his auspex, preparing his battle brothers for the coming rush. Now, the bottom half of this formation, the 3 Marines at the bottom, are going to be facing toward the right. So top half to the left, bottom half to the right. In a 4-player game, 5-player game, 6-player game, it's all the same. Top half to the left, bottom half to the right. So again, you can imagine a 6-player game, you're going to have 12 Marines lined up. It's quite a experience. It's something I'm hoping to pull up with a couple of friends at some point soon. All right, I rolled a 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have the 2 purple Marines adjacent to each other here. We got Brother Zal, range 1 attack. Brother Zal, Zael, whatever, can incinerate large numbers of Genestealers with a single blast from his heavy flamer. Now you'll see these actions, sometimes we'll name these characters by name and show you that they have unique abilities. Zal or Zael is actually fairly important. If he dies, I will be very sad. Hopefully we can keep him alive. And last but not least, we have Sergeant Gideon from the Green Marines. He has a range 0 attack. Sergeant Gideon's Storm Shield can form an impenetrable wall against his enemies. His Thunderhammer makes disposing of Genestealers easy. So what do we? So I pulled out these terrains. You'll notice that they have different colors. Those colors are going to coordinate with these cards up here. What are these? So one of these cards are event cards. So every round we will pull an event card, and the event card will have a bunch of information on it. It's going to give us information as to a certain thing that's going to happen. Sometimes it could help, sometimes it could hurt. Additionally, it has spawn instructions for new Genestealers. Again, we have our blip piles. Genestealers will be spawned at locations matching the colors. Again, the yellow, the orange, the green, or the red, matching the colors at the bottom of this event card. Additionally, the Genestealers may move at times. They will not move to start this game. This game, the very first event card, all we're doing is pulling this off to look at the initial Genestealers that are spawning, and then we will ignore the rest of the information. All right, so I pull that off. It's Chaos of Battle. Again, I can ignore the event. I'm ignoring all the information on there, and I'm ignoring the movement of the Genestealers. All I'm doing is spawning. Now, there are 2 different kinds of spawns. If you look at the Void Lock, these 2 triangles here, those are going to be important for us the entire game. Even when we put another location out, we still need to leave just a little bit of room so we can see those 2 triangles. And you'll see there's 2 kinds of spawns. You have the major spawn, which there are 2 Genestealers spawning, and you have the minor spawn where there'll be 1 Genestealer spawning. And where they're spawning is going to coordinate with the bottom of these event cards. Now, in like larger player games, or like 4-player game, 5-player, 6-player game, you will see a lot more of these suckers spawning. In a solo game, it's really not that bad. All right. So at least my limited experience. So what are we doing? We're going to do a minor spawn. So if we had a yellow triangle, some of these events have yellow triangles, that you'll be spawning 2 at the major spawns. Some of them have the minor. I find that the potentially worse the event is, the more likely it's just going to be 2 minor. So it kind of balances that way. If the event isn't that bad, or even if it's helpful, you'll be spawning more. All right, so what are we doing? We're going to spawn 1 Genestealer in the red. We only have 1 red terrain on the board. That's the ventilator duct down here. So we're going to take from the corresponding blip pile, and we're going to spawn a Genestealer here. Now, that is a Genestealer that has a little tail symbol here. That will be important later. So just note that for now. And it is engaged with Omnio. Omnio is facing it, so Omnio will be able to attack it. Great. There's 1 more minor spawn. It's going to be spawning at yellow. There's only one yellow terrain. It's the door. I'm going to move this Genestealer pile a little bit off camera. And there's going to be one Genestealer spawning at the door. It is engaged with Brother Claudio. Brother Claudio is facing it. And this Genestealer has the head symbol here. So that is, that's, again, different than the tail. If we were going to do the Genestealer movement, that head would correspond to that. And we would actually move that Genestealer or any swarm that Genestealer would be part of, we would also move. But again, right now we're just ignoring it. All right. Yeah, so I just shut off one of my lights. Think the rest of the balance will work out pretty well. I know you can't really read what's on the cards. I'll just be sure to kind of narrate what's going on like I normally do. And again, we have our support tokens here, and those will make sense as we go. They're virtually a dice mitigation tactic or a die mitigation. There's only one die in this whole game where you can give yourself some rerolls when attacking or defending. So look, that is the setup. We're going to go through the 4 phases. Now, what are the phases? Well, every round has 4 phases, as I just said. One is a choose action phase. Then you have a resolve actions phase. The 3rd phase is a Genestealer attack phase. And the 4th phase is the event phase. That governs, again, the special event, spawning of new Genestealers from the corresponding blip piles, as well as movement of any Genestealers if the thing matches. I just want to make sure I took the Genestealer. I make sure I didn't take it from that pile. Again, all Genestealers that are spawned do come from the blip piles. And when any of these blip piles, so any blip pile is empty, immediately at the end of that phase, you will travel. All right, so you kind of do want, some imbalance. Having more Genestealers come from one pile than the other is actually a good thing, because it enhances your ability to go through the location deck, and any Genestealer remaining in the other pile is just discarded, right? So I don't know why it doesn't say like fill to the number. I guess it just is what it is. I guess thematically it makes sense that those Genestealers are just left on the other level and they just go away, and then you get new Genestealers that are at the new level, right? So let's do this. So I'm going to pull my action. So each of my guys is going to do one action. It's going to make sense to do an attack action with the purple Marines, so we can take care of this Genestealer. So I'm going to take the Flamer attack. Now these cards, these action cards, have a bunch of information, right? So it says the Flamer attack is the title of the card. It's an attack card, and there's a number up here. This has number 14. When Brother Zal attacks, you ignore all of those symbols. There's like a little skull symbol rolled. Instead, slay a number of Genestealers equal to the number rolled. So it's not as important early, but you'll get swarms like 4 or 5 Genestealers at some points, and having that ability with Brother Zal is huge. So I guess I decided on saying Zal the rest of this video, so we're going to go with that. Now, normally a Marine will only kill a Genestealer when they roll that skull symbol, right? So a normal person who's not Brother Zal, if they're trying to kill a Genestealer, they'll attack, they'll roll. Well, that would have missed. They roll again. That still would have missed. I keep rolling the 5. That misses. That misses. Come on, give me a skull. Get it. Oh, man, get this all out of my system. This would be very, very bad Marines. There we go. So that skull would have killed the Genestealer had this been a real attack, right? So I was just, fortunately, that was just for demonstration purposes only. It's great. So we're doing an attack action with the purple Marines. We'll put that right there. Now I'm going to pick an action for the yellow Marines. The yellow Marines, I can do a couple of things, right? He has range 2, so Brother Goriel could actually reach up there, but also Brother Noctis also has range 2. So, but he has a range 0 attack. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll do an attack with the yellows as well, and that will go, nope, that's a move and activate. That will go there. Heroic charge. And what's this say here? What's the special thing here? So instead of attacking with Brother Claudio, you may slay up to 3 Genestealers within range 1 of him, ignoring facing, then roll a die. If you roll a square or a 0, Brother Claudio is slain. So you want to be careful with that. Obviously, it's only 1/6 chance, but again, 1/6 chance. And if it doesn't go your way, then all of a sudden you are short 1 Marine. So you might want to use that ability wisely. And then finally, well, we have 2 options here. So we're not going to do an attack action with green. There's really no point. And we want to at least have 1 Marine, 1 set of Marines that can do attacks next time. So I'm not doing that. So I could do a support action. This one says block. Each time Sergeant Gideon rolls one of these things, a skull, while defending, the attack misses. Well, he's not going to be defending this turn, so that's silly to play. But every time you do play a support action, what can you do? Well, you can put a support token on any Marine in play, or any card that already has a support token. And you'll see how I'm going to try to put a terrain card, a terrain token, sorry, a support token on one of these things this turn, I think. Let me look at the numbers. Yeah, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. I was thinking about doing a move and activate action, but I might hold off on that for now. Maybe I'll just do the support. I was thinking about doing a move and activate action because it says after resolving this card's action, each of your Space Marines may spend 1 support token to make an attack. So unfortunately, I don't have any support tokens out yet, and I don't want to move Brother Claudio. Looking at the numbers, if I did the move and activate, that's a 12. That's before Brother Claudio would attack, and I don't want to move him from there. So let me talk about that. Move and activate. A move and activate action is where I take a Marines corresponding. Again, when it says your Marines, it's only the color of the Marines that match the card that you played. So if I was moving and activating the green Marines, I could take Brother Noctis, move him up 1 in the formation, and then decide if I want to change his direction. And then I could activate any terrain, assuming that he's facing the direction where there's an activate ability. So I'd be able to activate the ability on the door. But since that would have to go before yellow would go, I don't want to do that because I want Brother Claudio I want to have 2 shots at that Genestealer, 1 with Brother Claudio and 1 with Brother Goriel, who has a range 2 attack, right? I know that yellow and the green look a little bit close on the camera right now. They look a little bit close in person too, but trust me, those are yellow, those are green. So I'm not going to do the activate. I am going to do that block action, even though Gideon is not defending. I think that makes the most sense. So let me look at these 3 cards, and I'm going to get 3 dice over here, mostly for the camera, and I'm going to have a 1, a 2, and a 3, and we're going to be able to determine which order they have to go in. Look at these numbers. Number 1, number 14, number 18. So number 1 is obviously first, 14 is second, 18 is third. We're going to carry out these actions. So we're going to do the block ability with the green factions. I know Brother Gideon, he has a special ability, so I'll just put this die on him just so we remember that. But I'm just going to do that support activity. I am going to put this on any Space Marine that I want. I will put this on Brother Noctis. Why the heck not? Cool. So that will work. Yeah, I don't want to put it on Gideon. I'll put it on Brother Noctis. Great, so that's done. We're going to now do the Flamer attack. So purple, both Space Marines that are purple are going to be able to do an attack. So we're going to do the attack first with Brother Omnio. He's attacking this Genestealer. He has range 2, so clearly he's in range. He rolls, he misses. All right, Brother Zal's going to go. He's doing a range 1 attack. He still have range. And I rolled. He misses. Wow. Remember, if I rolled a 5 with Zal, I would have succeeded anyway because I could have killed 5 Space Marines, but that's a really bad miss. So we'll see. We might lose a Marine right on the first round, which is really hard to do. Well, good. Now, if either one of them had a support token, I could discard the support token to re-roll. I don't, so let's hope for the best. Great. Now we're going to do the attack action with the yellow Marines. So we're not going to use Brother Claudio's because that's you can't like roll first and then do this Claudio ability. No, you actually have to choose what you're doing first. So I'm going to do a normal attack with Brother Claudio. He's attacking that Genestealer. He misses. Thank God I didn't do his ability because he would have died. Brother Goriel, range 2. We're rolling. I missed again. Whoa. That's hard to do. I'm going to hit half the time, man. I thought I got all those bad rolls out in the demonstration. Clearly not. So now what? We do the Genestealer attack phase. The Genestealer, this Genestealer, you start from the top, you work down your way in the formation. If there's ever Genestealers on both sides of the formation, you go with the left one first and the right. This Genestealer is going to attack. If I roll a number equal to or less than the number of Genestealers, this dude's is dead. Like, it's not like, oh, he's hurt. No, there is no like life force here that you can slowly stack away. Just dead. That's how that's going to go. So I'm going to roll this. I rolled a 0. Bye-bye, Brother Claudio. Awesome. Now, formation needs to shift. You're going to take the smaller half of the formation. I have 5 here, 0 up here. So what's going to happen is everything that's there just shifts down. This dude already attacked, so he doesn't attack again. But now he's chilling up here with Brother Noctis. And the terrain shifts as well. Now, this could make a situation where terrain you might have more than one terrain in the location. But for now, again, we still have things separate. This Genestealer is going to attack. It's the same math. I get 1 or 0. Wow. Brother Omnio is dead. And then I get to shift, since there's 2 and 2, I can shift the, you always shift the bottom up whenever it's tied. So this corridor goes up, and we still have this Genestealer here. So this is a really awful first round. Yeah, we'll see how this plays out. None of that is inspiring. Great. What are we going to do now? We're going to do the event card. It says resupply. Choose a Space Marine. Move all support tokens to him from all other Space Marines. I'm going to keep it on Brother Noctis. That's fine. And then what's going to happen is we're going to do a double spawn on the ventilator duct because it's red. So these two are just going to join up here. I really wish I still had Zal's ability. I don't. This is going to come over here. And then I'm going to do a single spawn on the yellow, which is up here by the door. Great. So that is done. Now, anything with any swarm, so any collection of Genestealers, 1 or more, is a swarm. Any swarm that has a head ability is going to move. So we're going to start with this one. It's going to move down. Now, how do I know it moves down? You look at these cards. When it's on the right side, it moves up. When it's on the left side, it moves down. So this swarm is going to move down to Brother Goriel. And then we're going to do, this swarm is going to move up, and it's going to move up to Brother Goriel as well. So Brother Goriel is in trouble. Dunskies. Now we go back to the first part of our round. That is action selection. Well, I better get something that can attack. So I'm going to do an attack with who can I attack with? Green. I can attack with green. Awesome. So that's only a range 0 attack with Gideon. So I'm going to take the block back and do dead aim with the green. It says each time one of your attacking Space Marines rolls a 4, slave to three Genestealers from the defending swarm. So it again, you're gonna kill 1 Genestealer half the time, but if I roll a 4, I'm going to kill 3. So that's actually nice. So 2/3 of the time you'll succeed instead of the half. In the yellow, I'm going to do a support action because I'm going to need some rerolls when I'm defending here. And then with the purple, I'm going to do a support action as well because I think getting rerolls is really my only choice here. So this says each time one of your defending Space Marines spends a support token to reroll a die, that attack misses unless it rolls a 0. And then strategize, the purple card. After resolving this card's action, you may move 1 swarm to an adjacent position and or move it to the other side of the formation. Cool. So you notice that these things move. As they move down or they move up, Brother Goriel can't attack these dudes because they're behind him, right? So since they moved up, and this has a head, a tailbone thing, and then this other thing. So they're going to move a lot. And every time they move, they're now at the back, right? So if they go here and they go to move, then it said they do something called flank, but flank means they always go to the back side of the Marine. So here they actually would just be there since Brother Noctis is already facing the opposing way. I do wonder if I should do a move action instead of support action with the purples. Get Zal more useful. I just can't risk him dying, but that swarm is going to be a huge problem. Yeah, I'll do a move and activate with the purple Marines, and there's only 1 left, so with Zal for sure. So what are the numbers here? I got number 2, I got number 10, and I got number 16. Awesome. So number 2 is doing a support action. Again, I could not do another attack action with him, so I'm going to I'm going to put a reroll ability on Brother Zal with this support. I think that makes the most sense. So that's done. Yellow Marines are activated, and now we can go forward. We have the purple Marines. They're going to do a move and activate action. I'm going to move Brother Zal here. He's not going to change the direction he's facing because I do want him to start taking out those guys, and I'm moving Brother Goriel down here, and he's not going to change the direction he's facing either. Done. And then we're going to do the green action. We're attacking. I'm attacking with Brother Noctis. Brother Noctis is attacking this swarm. Hopefully I rolled a 4. I did not. I rolled a 3, and I did kill 1 Genestealer. So some progress, getting there. Now we're done with our actions. What do we do next? Well, this dude is going to try to attack Brother Zal. Again, we're attacking. Genestealer's attack phase. They attack going down to the bottom of formation. Both of these things are going to attack. So I'm going to roll there. I rolled a 1. I have to re-roll it. I rolled a 5. All right, Zal survived that attack. Now this swarm is going to attack. I rolled a 5. He survives. Great. Now how do I I got very lucky there because I was assuming I would stop rolling a 1 or a 0, but no. But as long as it's above the number in the swarm, I succeed. So I had to use my support token when this guy attacked, and I survived the second roll when he rolled a 5. And then the next time, I looked like I was pretty screwed because I was gonna die 2/3 of the time. And honestly, if Zale died, we were gonna start this game over. So the fact that I rolled a 5 is like a glimmer of hope that we're still alive in this thing. But again, this isn't looking all that great. I'm not gonna lie. Next, we go to the event phase. Secret route. If there is a door terrain card in the formation, place 2 support tokens on it. That's huge. Very happy about that. And now we're respawning. So we're spawning 2 major spawns, right? So we had a minor spawn. We had the first card had 2 minor spawns. The second card had a major spawn and a minor spawn. This one, since that's a helpful ability, the secret route, it's actually going to have the 2 major spawns, which again is pretty much consistent with what I've seen. So we're doing a major spawn on the dark corner, which is cool. So that goes there. And then we're doing a major spawn on the corridor. We're taking from this blip pile, and that's going to go in here. Now, we are now out of cards in this blip pile. So at the end of this phase, we are going to be advancing. Not sure how I went through 6 that quick there. Hold on one second. There's just 6 in each pile, so it should have been 1 and 1 out, and then the second round, it should have been, yeah, I took 2 from the wrong pile. 1, 1. Yeah, there still should be 2 over here. I must have taken the 2 for the red from that blip pile. They should have been from that blip pile. It's all random. It's all shuffled. So I just corrected that. I was like, there's no way that pile should be empty. Had it been empty, then we would have traveled. That would have been really early to travel, considering we're only 3 cards in. And I had there are sometimes special abilities that can take extra cards off. But if you're looking at these cards, it should have been 1, 2, and 2 from the right side, and it should have been 1, 1, and 2 from the left side. So yeah, the piles are now correct. So sorry about that. We are going to have to do the movement. There is this foot icon here that matches that. So this is going to move down to Brother Goriel. And over here, neither one of these suckers have a foot. This has a foot. So this swarm pile is going to move up here. And now we have 5 suckers there, which is right where I want them with Brother Zale. Hopefully I roll another 5. All right, so we're going to go to the action selection phase. I'm going to pull, obviously, the attack card with Brother Zale still alive, and my only glimmer of hope here. So we're going to do the next card. I'm going to do a attack action with Brother Goriel. And, oh, Claudio's dead. I can't even do that Brother Claudio special action. Ugh! If Claudio was alive, I would actually do that now. And then we're going to do a support action with Brother Gideon. Yeah, that will work. All right, so what am I doing? I'm going to, the order here is 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do, I got to give Zale 2 cracks at this, right? No, I think I'd do a move. I'm going to do a move and activate action with Gideon. I did an attack last time, so that's a 12. So yeah, he's still first. But the support, I can't afford Goriel to die. I can't be down to like 2 actions around every turn. It's just not going to be enough. So yeah, after activating this, resolving this card's action, each of your Space Marines may spend 1 support token to make 1 attack. That's not bad, because then I can do an attack with Noctis. Yeah, I don't hate that. Do not hate that at all. All right, so we're going to do the move and activate. I'm going to activate Sergeant Gideon, move him up here, change his direction. No, I won't change his direction. We'll have him face, he's not attacking anyway, so that's fine. He'll still face this way. Brother Noctis, however, I am going to change his direction and have him spend a support token to make an attack against, oh, and I'll move him down too. So I'll move him, change his direction, and then I'll have him do an attack. Brother Zale still has range 1, so he can still attack this swarm. One of the things you'll notice about the activate things I should have said earlier is that I haven't done it yet, but these activate panels can only be activated once a round. So I can't like move a Marine, activate it, move a Marine in the same color, activate it. So it prevents, because these are usually benefits, so or things you need to do in the later levels. Again, Brother Noctis spent a support token to do an attack as part of his move and activate. That's unusual, because normally you can only do attack or move and activate. He's doing both. So he's attacking this swarm. Hopefully I can limit that a little bit. No, I rolled a 4. That would have been a great roll for Brother Zale. So now that I'm rolling with Brother Zale, I'm going to roll a 0. It's Zale's turn. I rolled a 4 again. Oh, so lucky. All right, so 4 of these dudes are dead. Zale is great. And now we're going to do an attack action with Brother Goriel. He's going to try to reduce something from that. Again, he is range 2. And if he was Claudio, he'd be cooler, but he's not. So hopefully I can roll low. Great. One of these guys is super dead. All right. Genestealers are attacking. Going down information. There's only one dude left here. So if I roll a 1 or a 0, Noctis is dead. I rolled a 4. If I roll a 2, a 1, or a 0, Gideon is dead. I rolled a 4. Awesome. Things are turning around, kids. So you're saying there's a chance. Great. So we're going to do this event action. What is it? Choose a Space Marine. So quick instincts. And it says instinct. Choose a Space Marine. He may immediately make 1 attack. So Brother Zal's ability is not going to factor into that. So that's not really relevant. I may immediately make 1 attack. So Goriel can attack this. Who's doing? Green's attacking next turn anyway, but they're both facing the wrong direction. Bad planning. I will try to get rid of one of these suckers. Well, I know where things are spawning. I got 2 spawning there, and I got 2 spawning there. Everyone's facing the wrong direction. Awful. So I will not worry about... Yellow already attacked. This is so bad. This is not going well, guys. I will try to attack... Oh, that's cool. But we're also going to be traveling into this. So this could work out fairly well. So I will have Goriel attack this pile. He missed. Done. So now we're going to spawn. We're spawning 2 on red. There's only 1 in that blip pile. So that pile is just empty, which is fine. And we're spawning 2 on orange. There's 2 left in this pile. And that's fine. We're going to now do the movement activation for the Genestealers. Anything with that tail icon is going to move, and they're going to move what? This one's moving down. So now we have 4 suckers here. And then on this other side, does not have that symbol. So, well, this one has the symbol. So this is going to move up, and that's going to go up to Brother Zal. Cool. So we're traveling at the end of the round. Both blip piles are actually empty. And since that, before we travel, the active player can slay 1 Genestealer in the formation for each token on the card. So I'm going to be able to slay 2 Genestealers. Wasn't able to add too much to that, unfortunately, with the move and activate ability, because things just did not really go very well for us. But those 2 are at least dead. Now we're going to carry out the rest of the steps of traveling. We're going to place a new location card. So here's a location card. It goes right on top of the vent duct, and it's a teleportium. Now, you'll notice the number 2, so this is the right one. It's 2, 3, 4. The order of the location deck setup is actually listed on this card. It says 2, 3, and 4. Often there's a 4th level and a higher number of player game. And then there's, again, so teleportium. We're going to have to take away the terrain cards. So these 4 are just going to go away. The Genestealers stay at whatever level they were on in the formation, because they're still engaged with the Space Marines. And we're going to put out new terrains based on the symbols here. So we're going to put out the ventilation duct is going to go 2 from the top. It goes there. The dark corner goes 4 from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. The corridor is going to go 1 from the bottom. So we have 2 terrains next to Brother Goriel here at the bottom. And then we have the control panel. It goes 4 from the bottom, and that's going to end up on Brother Zal. Now, if my formation of Marines was ever shorter than 4, you just put it in the last open thing, so it would just go to 3 where the terrain would go. This is going to come over here because so Gideon is still getting engaged from both sides here. All right, what am I doing now? Well, you'll see on here, when you get a new location, you want to see if this says upon entering or activate control panel. If it says upon entering, what that means is you would have things you would have to do immediately once you reveal this card, right? So the teleportarium doesn't say upon entering, instead it says activate control panel. Each Space Marine must discard 1 support token or roll a die. On a 0, the Space Marine is slain. Then regardless of the dice rolls, discard all cards from both blip piles. So if we wanted to activate that, we would risk dying, but we could advance through this very quickly. So it's a strategic choice we might want to make, especially we might just have to gamble. But again, every 0 we roll, we lose another Space Marine, and we've already lost 2 very early in this game. So we're going to recreate the new blip pile. So we have a 7 on the left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we're going to have 5 go on the right. So you notice level 1 was 6 and 6. This is 7 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Normally, what you didn't see, normally you'd only get through 1 blip pile at a time, and then you would basically just discard all the rest of the cards, but we actually ended up going through both because we are super lucky, guys. That's how that goes. So that is the end of the event phase. We traveled at the end of the event phase. Why? Because the event phase basically made one of the blip piles or both of the blip piles go away. And now we have to figure out how the heck, what are we doing from here? So who can I attack with? Because we're just going to attack. I'm definitely attacking with green. Am I? Yes. Guess so. Oh. Attack, support, maybe. I don't know if activating that control panel makes any sense until I get some support tokens out here. So I'm going to attack with green, dead aim. I wish they were facing different ways, but it is what it is. And then support with the other two. Done, and support. Yeah, no one's moving and activating here. Trying to get a little bit of semblance of control. So there's no door. You saw that door ability came in really nice, really reduced this one swarm. So instead of like 114, we're still stuck at like 112, which is a lot better. Now we're gonna figure out what order these have to go in. This is 2, this is a 5, that's a 16. So I'm gonna do a support. I'm gonna put a support token on Sergeant Gideon. That's fine. So each one of my defending Space Marines spends a support token. On a reroll, the attack misses unless a 0 is rolled. So that's nice. Well, Goriel's not getting it. Is he? Goriel might get it. Actually, I'm going to put that on Goriel. And here's why. I think that makes more sense. We'll see. So I'm going to put that on Goriel with a reminder that if I spend this token and if he's attacked, I spend his token, that the alien needs to roll, the swarm's going to need to roll a 0, otherwise it's a miss, right? So even if it's less than the 2, that's a pretty nice ability. And how can I afford to do that? Like, who's attacking Goriel? Well, you're about to see, because I'm going to support. I'm going to add another token. I'll add this one to Zal, make sure he stays alive. And then after resolving this card's action, you may move one swarm to an adjacent position and or move it to the other side of the formation. I'm going to move this army of 2 down to the Dark Corridor and have it engaging with Goriel. Just better, especially with that ability, right? That we unlocked with the defensive stance support card. Now we're attacking. I'm attacking with my green Marines. Gideon's attacking at range 0. Wait, yeah, it's fine. I can attack in any order I want. So I'm attacking this Genestealer. That is a 3 with that symbol. That's successful to kill that dude. And then Brother Noctis is going to attack. He is range 2. He's rolling. He missed. He rolled a 0 instead. Lots of zeros at inopportune times, kids. So that's fine. Now we're going to do the Genestealer attack phase. These two are attacking Brother Goriel. I rolled a 3. Unsuccessful. I get to keep the support token, which is nice. And then I'm going to roll this. Oh, that again, top of formation down. So that 3 was for that. Now this 2 is attacking Brother Goriel. It's a 1. It's successful. I'm going to spend a support token. As long as I don't roll a 0, I'm good. I rolled a 5. That's fine. So everyone remains alive. I just had to spend that support token to make that happen, which is fine. All right, what is next? The event phase. Bam. Full scan. Choose a blip pile. Discard the top card of the chosen pile. Obviously, I'm going to go for this pile and see if we can't get through those 5 without risking activating the control panel, which would be good. And now we're going to spawn new Genestealers. We're putting 2 in the red, so we get 2 in the ventilation duct next to Brother Noctis. And then we do a major spawn in yellow as well. So we're going to have 2 in the control panel. It's going to go here. And then movement. Anything with the tailbone is going to move. So this is going to move. Well, it's already at the top, but it's going to flank. It's going to go to the backside of Zal over here. This has a tail. It's going to go down to Sergeant Gideon. And this doesn't have a tail, so they just don't move. So we have literally 0 dudes on the right side of our formation. They're all on the left. All right, make sure I took them from the right piles. Nope, I didn't. I did it again. Oops, I did it again. Yeah, 2 more of these should be over there. Again, all random. We're good. So there's only 2 left here, and there are 5 left here, and that's exactly how we should be. So we went from 5, we discarded 1, and then we put 2 down on the control panel, and then it flanked us. And it flanked us, it went to the other way, the way that we weren't facing, which is not ideal. So we're not gonna be able to use Zale's attack ability. We need to get him into a place to attack next turn. So I'm gonna do this move and activate action with him so he can attack next turn. And keeping him alive. Again, high priority right now. Who can attack? Well, Brother Goriel can attack, so we'll do that. I wish Claudio was still alive. I miss him already. And then we're going to do the Brother Gideon will support, right? Because last time they did the attacks. Yeah, they did the attacks last time. Right, cool. So making sure I didn't pick what I picked last turn. So look at the numbers here. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3. Now the nice thing about this card is each time Gideon rolls, when he's being attacked, if one of the skulls is rolled, the attack misses. So we're going to take advantage of that. So we're going to do a support action. I'm going to put a support token on. I'm going to put a support token on Brother Goriel. I think Noctis might not be long for this world. I don't think I have much of a choice there. Yeah, so Goriel is just going to get this protection. Great. And then remember, I'm put that there for Gideon to remind me about the special ability, which is active. And that's a really, I mean, it's a stronger ability than I think than it looks like. Because again, a 4 or 5 or 3 misses anyway. So now a 1 or a 2 misses. So basically a 0 is the only thing that's going to kill Gideon because of that support action, which is nice. But we use the green support action to put a support token on yellow. Now, we're going to do the forward scouting, removing and activating with Brother Zale. So he's going to move here, change from direction, and try to set himself up that he can attack that swarm next turn. Definitely puts Noctis in harm's way. I feel a little bit bad about that, but it is what it is. I need to protect both Noctis and Goriel. And note that since this was a purple action, only Zale could change directions. I couldn't also change Noctis's direction. Only the active Marine can change directions. Great. So that's done. And then 3, we're attacking with Brother Goriel. We'll attack this spawn right here, or this, yeah, it's this, not spawn, this swarm right there. He rolls a 1 with a kill, so that succeeds. Great. Now, the Genestealers are going to attack top down. So these 3 are going to attack Brother Noctis. They rolled a 5. He's still alive. These 2 are attacking Brother Gideon. Remember, if it's basically the only thing that kills him is a 0. I rolled a 4. We're good. And then this 1 is attacking Brother Goriel. I rolled a 0. We're going to spend the support token, and I rolled a 4. Great. Everyone's still alive. You're saying there's a chance. What are we doing now? We have the event card. Rescue Space Marines. Instinct. Choose a Space Marine that has been slain belonging to a non-eliminated combat team. Place that Space Marine card at the bottom of the formation facing right. Brother Claudio, I love you. Oh, we just did the attacks though. I still think that's the right one. Yeah, we need Brother Claudio back. Just that ability to kill 3 and just, yeah, you're risking dying, but it's really, really huge. Cool, so that's nice. Rescue Space Marine card comes in really nice, and then we're gonna spawn. We're doing a major spawn on orange. So we get 2 more Space Marines down here. And then we're going to have a major spawn on red. So that, oh, of course, never mind. I was like, oh, great. Did that eliminate a pile? No. So we went through 3 on that side last turn. We're going through 3 on this side. Last time, 2 on this side. And we went to 4 more on this side. So we still have 1 card here. So we're getting a lot of Genestealers this game. And now any Marine swarm that has the foot is going to move. These guys are going to move, join up with these guys. And now they're a nice little family. And that's it. So we just have these 3 big swarms. We have a 3, a 4, and a 3. There is no other foot symbol on the board. That's done. Choosing actions. Attacking with Brother Zal for sure. I think we attack. Oh, Gideon attacking doesn't make any sense. He's facing the wrong direction. I think they need to move then. Do they need to move? Yeah, I think they need to move. They're going to move because they did a support last time. So I have not picked a new thing for the yellow Marines. Each time defending, I think the support makes your Space Marines may move to any position, any formation instead of right. So when you move with the yellow, they don't have to do the adjacency thing. They can move to wherever they want and decide what to do from there. Doing the control panel thing now doesn't make any sense. It's not worth the risk. We're already almost through. Like we still have to deal with these things one way or the other. So unfortunately, that risking the death of a Marine, like rolling a die 5 times. I don't have a lot of support tokens out. I don't think it's worth the risk at this point. We're just going to have to hope for the best with what we have. So I'm going to do the defensive stance and get another support token out here. So what are the numbers? We got a 2, we got a 12, we got a 14. So we're doing a support action. I'm going to put a support token on someone who am I trying to make survive here. We will try to make Gideon survive. Oh, why I'm so kind to Gideon right now. Not a lot to like here. Yeah, I'm going to put this support token on Gideon. Keep him around if we can. So that's done. And since, again, anytime... No, wait, only the yellow has that Space Marine ability. Shoot, I can't give that to Gideon. Each time one of your, and that's going to be the yellow, so maybe I do try to keep Goriel alive then. Yeah, we'll try to keep Goriel alive because he's going to get attacked pretty bad. So I'm going to put that there as a reminder of that ability going on there. Right, so now we're doing the run and gun. After resolving each, blah, blah, blah. So, oh, I can do an extra attack. Resolving that, there's no point though. If I put this on Gideon, he can go down and do an attack by spending a support token. I don't think there's any point. It's like 50% chance of like defeating one of these dudes, like isn't really useful. I mean, ultimately, I'm going to try to wipe out a ton now with Zal, and then Claudio use that ability next turn. Claudio, of course, is facing the wrong way, which is super annoying, but I don't really know what else to do. Didn't want to do the move and activate with them. They attacked last turn. I can take the card that puts things in front of him, assuming these guys move down. Nah, we're good. We'll leave it as it is. That's fine. So, do I move Gideon? Do I move Noctis? Yeah, I just got to get them to face other directions, if at all they survive, which they probably won't. Well, I'll do this. I'll move Gideon down here, move Brother Goriel up here, and have Gideon face the other way. And by some chance, I can roll a 4 or 5. Gideon will survive. And then I know Goriel has that ability. If I don't roll a 0, he's going to survive if I spend the support token. So I think that adds up. I'm not going to move. No, I'll have Noctis face the other way. So he's just going to change direction. So when you do the move and activate, it's all optional. You can optionally move East Space Marine. You can optionally switch the direction if East Space Marine is facing of that color. And then you could optionally do an activate ability if you're facing something with an activate ability, right? Obviously I'm not about to do that and risk death here. So, and I'm not discarding these tokens because they're just too important for other reasons. Green is now done. The purple Space Marines. Brother Zal is attacking. I'm going to have him attack. I'm going to have him attack this swarm up here. So we're rolling the die. He rolls a 1. Oh, so bad. That's fine. I mean, I could spend this and have him re-roll because again, we're ignoring that. That's the number of things I'm killing. But if I spend that and re-roll, I mean, it's again, it might not be much better. So I think I'm just going to have to risk it. And I'm 50% that Noctis will still live. So I just kill one of those swarms. Great. Swarms attack. 2 or less, and Noctis is dead. I rolled a 5. Great. 4 or less. Nope. When defending, the attack misses unless it's a 0. Oh, if I spend... Well, so a 5, we're good. So we'll see what I roll. I rolled a 0. I'm going to spend this. Now that it's being re-rolled, the attack misses unless it's a 0. It's a 4. So even though 4 would be enough to kill Goriel normally, since I had that special ability with the defensive stance, we're good. Now, these 3 are attacking Gideon. 3 or less, Gideon is dead. It's a 5. Woo! Clean living, kids. We are still alive. Event card. Bam. What do we got? For my battle brothers, choose a Space Marine that has at least 1 support token if able. Discard 1 support token from him and discard 1 support token from him and 1 Genestealer engaged with him. Your choice. Interesting. Oh, that stinks. I don't have any. That stinks. So I have to discard this from Brother Zal. So I should have just used it, and there is no Genestealer engaged with him. So what a waste. It's really bad, dude. Yeah, because he did a ranged attack last turn. Oh, it's so bad. Anyway, we're respawning. We're spawning 1 Genestealer in red. It's gonna go there. And it would be 2. It's a major spawn, but there's that pile is empty, and we're spawning 1 in orange. Again, there are no more in that pile, so we're good. Anything with that tail symbol is moving, starting from the top. So this moves here, and then this one is going to move down here. Great. So that's fine. This goes away. Look what happened though. This blip pile is empty. So we're going to discard these cards. We're going to a new location. Location 3. Bam. Terrain's going to go away. So many Genestealers. It's not looking good. What do we have? So the Wrath of Baal Chapel. So Wrath of Baal Chapel, the current player places the artifact terrain card in any position inside of the formation. Okay, that's actually a good card, so I don't hate this. So we're going to get a ventilation duct is going to be 1 from the top. We're going to have a corridor 3 from the top. So this is down by Brother Goriel. He's still engaged with these 4 Genestealers. We're going to have the activation panel. Yeah, that's the, I'm sorry, we have the door 4 from the bottom. That could be useful to start activating that. And then we have the dark corner 1 from the bottom. So this is all correct. And then we have the artifact. Again, upon entering, we place this on any position inside of the formation. Am I going to do a move and activate ability this turn? Maybe. Sure. Yeah, I have to get Zale into some safety. So I just put that there. Now that has an activate ability. Place this card in your hand. You may discard this card after one of your defending Space Marines rolls to the die to make the attack miss. So when you're defending, you can just discard that after a die roll, and you're like, that would have hit, but no, we're gonna just make it miss. So it's actually a really strong card to get. So I'm gonna try to get that early. So let's go to the choose actions phase. I'm gonna do the move and activate action. I'm going to, considering where this game started, I'm amazed that we're even still like talking about, I gotta reset the blip piles. So we get 5 on the left, 6 on the right. So many Genestealers. It's amazing. So there's only 1 left in that pile, so we will have to reconstitute that when we get to the 4th room. So move and activate, I already picked that. I gotta pick everything else. Where's Brother Claudio? You may slay within ignoring facing. When you're attacking with when attacking with Brother Claudio, you may slay up to 3 Genestealers within range of him, ignoring facing. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. We are doing that. You may slay within 1, then roll a die. Instead of attacking. So it's not when attacking, it's instead of attacking. I can just decide I'm going to kill those 3, roll a die, and hopefully I don't roll a 0, because that'd be bad. Now note, even if I had support tokens, you can't re-roll stuff like that. The only time you can re-roll is when you're defending or attacking. Rolling for any other purposes, you're stuck with whatever you roll. So it is what it is. I can't attack with greens. Man, Gideon is just not engaged with anyone. Gideon, why are you so useless? I will try to get a support token out here. I think. Maybe. Bueller. Anyone? Yeah. I'll save their attacks for next turn. So I'm going to do a support with the block action. Done. Again, you really only have binary choices for a lot of this game. It's so interesting, like how they all can really feel so weighty. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So we're doing a support action. I'm going to get a support token on somebody. I'm going to get the support token on... Do I want this on? I mean, Zale's going to be up here in no man's land for a little bit, but I have to do it. I'll put this support token on... Gideon? Zal? I'll put it on Noctis, just for kicks. I really don't have much else better to do. I don't think he's defending, but so I'm kind of wasting the block again, but I just had other things I wanted to do right now. So we're going to do, Brother Zal is going to move and activate. So he moves, he's going to change his face, and we're going to take this artifact card into my hand. My hand, for the purposes of this game, is going to be right there on the table. So again, I can just save a Space Marine just by discarding that. So it's a one-time thing. I just activated it by using the move and activate ability. And we're good with that. At resolving this card's action, you may look at the top card of the event deck, then place it on the top or the bottom of the deck. I might have not seen that before. So let me see. Instinct, choose a swarm of Genestealers. Oh yes, Temporary Sanctuary. Beautiful, top of the deck. So that's a ridiculously good card. Awesome. So that's done, and now we're doing the attack action. So I'm going to do attack with Brother Goriel. He's attacking... man, I think Goriel is I think we're just sacrificing him. I'm gonna be shuffling this away anyway, so I'm not worried about this right now. I'm going to be going with Goriel against those Genestealers, so hopefully we can knock one of those suckers off. Right, I'm doing the attack action now, just making sure I'm not getting ahead of myself. Done. I succeed, so this dude is dead. Might keep Noctis around a little bit longer. And then we're going to do an attack with Claudio. Again, instead of attacking, I'm slaying 3 Genestealers. I'm slaying these 3. I'm going to roll this. Hopefully it's not a 0. It is not. It's a 1, but it is not a 0. So Claudio survives to fight another day. The fact that you can ignore facing with that is really sick, and I'm very appreciative. Now, Genestealers are attacking. These 2 are attacking Noctis. I rolled a 3. There's 2 of them. Thank Goriel. Knocking off one of those is really helpful. These 4 are attacking Goriel. I rolled a 3. That is enough. That's low enough that it kills Goriel. Great. This all shifts. All right. All the Genestealer swarms have attacked. And now we go to the event. Do I want to save Goriel? Do I want Goriel? So interesting. Sure. I mean, he's not the most important dude, but I'll make it miss. We'll keep him around. We'll keep him around just because. Yeah, so I'm going to discard the artifact, and fine, he survives. Great. So I made that attack miss. All right, well, what is next? Now we are going to do the event card. It's a beautiful thing. Choose a swarm of Genestealers, shuffle all the cards in the chosen swarm into the smallest blip pile. I'm going to shuffle these 4 into this 5. So it's 5 and 6. 5 is smaller than 6, last I checked. And so we're going to just shuffle these in, and now we have a 9 and a 6. But this board looks a lot better now. And I will take it. Hopefully we can get through the 6 fairly quick, and most of these will be discarded anyway, right? So that's shuffled in. We're now doing a major spawn in red. So 2 of these 9 cards are going to come out and go on the ventilation duct. I keep saying duck. Quack, quack. Duct. And then we're going to put a major spawn in orange, and that's going to go down there by Brother Claudio. We have that and that. Anything with a foot, is there a swarm with a foot? There is. This swarm is going to move. It's moving down. It's going to hang out Ancient Goriel right now. That should work. And that card is done. So now we go back to a new round. Choose actions. So I'm going to choose actions. Who can attack? Man, the attack actions are great. I think I move. I'm going to move and activate. Yeah, I got to get Zal. I cannot afford to lose Zal. But he also can't attack. Oh, who has the thing where they can move a pile? Who can move a pile? Someone can move a pile. Oh, the purples can move the pile. So that makes sense. The purples can move the pile when they do a support action. So they'll probably do support because there's no sense in him. Brother Zal can't attack anybody. So we'll just have him do a support for this turn. And remember, he did the move and activate last turn to get that artifact, which might have been strategically a mistake. I think we do the move and activate, put one on that door. Might not be the worst idea. No, never mind. I'll do the move and activate with yellow. So reorganize. I'm going to do the attack with green. Yeah. I do want to get some things on that door, but I don't know if it's going to work. So we'll see. So let me look at these numbers. We got number 5 up here, number 9 here, number 16. We're going to do the support card with purple. So I can put this on any dude. I'm going to put it on. Oh, I can move one swarm to adjacent position and or move it to the other side of the formation. Green's attacking. So I probably just want to move these down here. Yeah, I'll put this on Gideon. We'll try to get the greens to survive. I wanted to try to activate that door. I just don't think it's going to be possible. So yeah, so I resolve this card's action, and then I put a support token on another Space Marine, and then I move this swarm from the ventilation duct down to the level 2 to engage with Brother Noctis. All right, that's done. We're going to do the reorganize. I'm going to move Brother Goriel down to here and have him continue to face the same way, because again, these things are coming down this way, so he'll be in place to do some attacks next turn. And I will actually have, oh, he's also engaged with this. That's fine. I'm going to have Brother Claudio move up 1 to get him alive. I'd rather Brother Claudio survive than Goriel. If so, one of them has to go. It's gonna be a Goriel. So we'll do that. Goriel is still. I'll have Goriel change the facing, and I'll have Claudio change his facing as well. All right. So they both moved. Goriel moved down, Claudio moved up, and then they're going to change their facing. So he's facing this swarm, and Claudio's going to face this swarm, which will probably be moving down here pretty soon. That's done. Now we're attacking with Gideon and with Noctis. Again, if I roll a 4, it slays up to 3 Genestealers from the defending swarm. So Noctis is attacking these dudes. I rolled a 1, so 1 is dead. And Gideon's going to roll. He's attacking these dudes. He getting range 0, so I had to move him up for that reason. I rolled a 5, totally misses. It's like literally, make it a 4. Like do something to the 5. That's fine. So the Genestealers are attacking, going from the top of the formation down. This one's attacking. It needs to roll a 1 or a 0, and Noctis would be dead. It's a 3. A 2, 1 or a 0. Gideon would be dead. It's a 5. This is attacking 2, 1 or a 0. It's a 0. Successfully kills Brother Goriel. Sorry, dude. And this shifts up. So, doing okay. Considering we're going to do the event card. What is it? Due for some bad ones for sure. Move all swarms so that they are behind their engaged Space Marine. Flanking maneuver. So this dude's going to move to this side of the door. So they all change. So since that's a bad one, we're not spawning many new ones, so we're going to have to deal with that though. And and there's no moving at all. So there's actually no move action, which is super interesting. So we're going to spawn 1 on the red, so we take it from this pile. So this pile went from 9 down to 6, and this pile is, at least that went to 6 to 4 last turn, which is fine. And we're doing another one from there. That's going to go hither. We're now going to choose actions. Claudio definitely needs to attack, so we're going to take his off the board first. Yikes. I don't like Zal being where he is. We're going to do a attack action with, what did he do, support last time? Instead of attacking, my Claudio may slay up to 3 Genestealers within 1 range of him. And it doesn't have to be 3 Genestealers in the same swarm, I don't think. It doesn't mention anything but the same swarm, so I could actually just wipe out 3 with Claudio, which is really sick. I mean, if I'm not, am I going to bother with Zal? This dude now being behind him is just really annoying. But I can move. Now, yeah, I will attack with Zal. It's just, I feel like I'm not getting a lot of efficient use out of his ability, but that's fine. And then we'll do the move ability with the greens. So looking at the numbers, we have a 12, 14, 18. So first action, we're going to do the run and gun. As resolving this card's action, each Space Marines may spend 1 attack support token to make an attack. Maybe. So we're going to move Brother Noctis up here, and we will spend his support token to make this attack, I think. Yeah, why not? Come on, roll good. Oh! So he's super vulnerable now. We're going to move Gideon up here, and he's going to spend his support token to make an attack. And again, it just moves. They'll move twice, but that's fine. He can be forced out twice by the other Marines. Oh, they actually put him in a good spot. Yeah, cool. So we're going to make this attack. Come on. Oh, he missed again. But then we are going to do the activate ability on the door, and we're going to put a support token on that. Now, that attack is done. We're doing Zal's attack. Please, I rolled 0, 0, so another 0 would be really gross. A 4. Again, I ignore the normal rules for slaying because I'm using Brother Zal. We defeat both of those guys. And then Claudio is going to attack. I'm going to slay these 3 within range 1. If I roll a 0, he's dead. I did not. Claudio is a beast. All right, so now the Genestealers are going to attack. If a 1 or a 0 and Noctis is dead, I rolled a 2. A 1 or a 0 and Gideon is dead, I rolled a 3. Good. So now we'll go to the event card. Secret route. If there was a door terrain card in the formation, place 2 support tokens on it. Awesome. So we have 3 support tokens there. And then we're doing a double spawn in orange. We get 2 from this side of the pile. So we're 1 away from that being used up. And then we're going to get 2 in the green side. So we get 2 out of here. So we're going through almost all 9 of those suckers, it seems. And that's going to go there. Anything with the foot's going to move. This guy moves down to Brother Claudio, and this guy moves up to Brother Zal. I keep changing how I'm doing this. That stays, that stays. So movement's done. We now go to action selection. Going to have to attack with green, right? They did such a great job when they attacked, when they moved and activated. Why not try this again? So they're going to attack, and then we're going to do with purple, get support tokens. I guess I can't. Someone needs to move. Someone needs to move. I will move and activate with... Oh, Gideon needs to have a range 0 attack. Man, I have a swarm on every level. I have a swarm on every level. Claudio, could probably get him to survive, so I'm going to do this. So it's a support action. And yeah, I'll do a support action with Zal as well. All right, what are the numbers here? We got 1, 2, 3, because it's a 2, 5, and 16. So doing a support action, I'm going to put a token on Claudio. And basically it says each time one of your defending Space Marines spends a support token to reroll a die, the attack misses unless the new roll is a 0. Awesome. So that will help him. So that's done. I'll put that here to remind. And that only applies for Claudio. I'm going to do a support action for Zal. I'm going to put a support token on him. And then I can move one swarm to an adjacent position and or move it to the other side of the formation. I'm going to move it down to the dark corner and then move it across. And Claudio hopefully won't roll a 0. And he'll hopefully survive this. Yeah, that was a support action. So we're good there. And now we're going to do attacking with the green Marines. Brother Noctis is attacking with the ventilation duct. He misses. And Sergeant Gideon's attacking. And he actually hits for once. Awesome. The Genestealers are attacking. This is going to attack Brother Noctis. 1 or a 0. It's a 1. Brother Noctis is toast. This moves down. That already attacked though. And now we only have this down here. They're attacking with a 4. It's a 0. Now if they roll a 0 again. Oh my lord. Claudio's dead. And these move up. That was really gross. Yeah, I guess I could have put both. Because I could have actually re-rolled again. But I mean, I'm not assuming I'm going to roll a 0. And I did. So that's fine. Claudio is super dead. Great. We have 2 Marines left, kids. Let's make it happen. So we get this. What is it? Stalk him in the shadows. Choose a Space Marine with at least 1 support token. Discard all his support tokens. Awesome. We're spawning 2 in red. We're spawning 1 in green. Oh, man. They keep coming from the wrong sides. Oh, it's really bad. This is not looking good. And then anything with the head is going to move. He's at the bottom. If it would move off the top or the bottom, it doesn't actually move. It's going to stay where it is instead of flanking because it's already behind Brother Zal. Yikes. But that's really bad. So the yellows are just out. This goes here. We got to choose events. I mean, that's a really bad sequence. Done. What are we choosing? Well, Brother Zal can't really attack. And he lost his support token, which is just really not good. I mean, if the night, even if 1 came off of here, the 3 things on the door would have been super nice because we can get rid of a bunch. But I'm gonna have to get Zal to survive this somehow. So what are we doing? We're going to no, I'm facing the wrong way. So we're gonna move and activate, and we're going to do a support token, a support action with Gideon. So there's only 2 actions left. So 1 and 2. Gideon is going to put a support token on Zal, and also he still gets that ability. So if he's getting attacked, unless it's anything with a face on there, is a miss. And Zal is going to move up here. Do I want to change his direction? No, we're probably moving through. I think it just makes more sense to activate and hope I roll a 4 or a 5 and keep him alive. So I moved and I activated the door. I have to face the door if I want to activate it. And now there's 4 tokens on there, which is super helpful. So that swarm is attacking. I need a 4 or a 5. It's a 2. Holding on. It's a 4. Zale's still alive. I was about to say this game is over. It is not. Gideon is defending. So it's long. It's like a 0, 1, 2. The 1, 2, or 3 is fine. It's a 5. And there's 5 things there is equal to. So Gideon's actually still dead. These suckers are going to come up here. So I have this giant swarm. And now we have 2 terrain types on both sides of Zal. Now, event card. Are we finally going to get rid of this thing? We are. Place 2 Genestealer cards into each blip file. Are you kidding me? The swarm. Oh, it's so bad. We're actually not getting through it. We're actually not getting through it. That's amazing. That's absolutely... it's absolutely... Oh, wait. After resolving his card's action, I may look at the top of the event card. I didn't. I am now. Yeah, I forgot to do that. We're forward scouting. Yeah, that goes on the bottom because that would have been awful. There's no way in the world I would have kept that. All right, the swarm. Oh, it's the same thing. How was that possible? I didn't realize there's so many doubles. Oh, that's so bad. I'm so glad that's on video too. That's hilarious. I cannot make this up. All right, so we get this goes here. Oh, this is so stupid. Oh, the colors are different. Never mind. That's better. No, it's just, it doesn't matter. They're still only pulling 2. I'm actually adding 2 to both piles. And then we're going to only place 2 and they're placing them both here. Which is so unbelievable on so many levels. Then anything flanks, if it has that symbol, this one in flank is already behind me. That's done. Event, I'm going to go down a Blaze of Glory because I can, and I'm upset. So bad. All right, what are we doing? Brother Zale's attacking. I'm attacking those 2. He rolls a 0 because, of course, he does. Because this game has to end in such epic fashion. The Genestealers attack. I can't win. They rolled a 4. Zale is dead, and that is all she wrote, kids. I'll tell you what, that was a valiant fight for a while. Definitely did not start well, and just kind of. It looked like we were in control, and then we weren't. I just really a bad series of rolls there. But you see the mitigation, you see the powers, like making sure you do all these little things. I mean, there's enough there that you can definitely get to a win. This is the first time I didn't get to level 4. That was super unlucky how that played out. Didn't get to that final chapter, which would have been the toxin pumping station. Oh, that would have been a tough one. Yeah, so there's three endings. I do like the variety. There's a ton of things to like here, and in each of these you saw those special powers, how they play out. I mean, it's amazing how you only have 18 different marine cards, 3 for each color, and they all just have their own special feel. I mean, when you really get into these other factions, not even factions, these other colors of marines, it's just really cool kind of what they do. Brother Leon, whenever he attacks 3 times. When you do the attack action, some of these other abilities are just really, really nice, and it's cool. I mean, this guy, Brother Cast the Lexicanium Calistarius, he every time he successfully rolls a skull when he's attacking a Genestealer, he keeps rolling, so he can go on nice little stretches where he's killing 2, 3, or 4. But we just really weren't on top of this board early, and just getting. I mean, I put 9. It's like I shuffled this into the smallest thing, and then the way the colors came out, of course, were we just so. I mean, I had 9 and 6. And we were down to 1 and 1. I mean, that's just really unlucky, because if this came through, these trigger, we kill a bunch, we're in level 4, and all of a sudden it's a new ball game. So I do like that swinginess where it's like you feel like you're out of it. Oh, you're kind of back in, and oh, you're kind of out of it, and you're hinging on those die rolls. But there's enough there for the player to, I think, feel clever and to really feel engaged. And it's not that long of a game. So if it's, if I was playing on my own and I lost 2 Marines without the tape rolling, I mean, sometimes the tape's nice because it lets me have like some more of the experiences. But if I'm playing without the tape rolling and I'm like, man, I lost 2 Marines in the first round, we're normally going to start over. But it's sometimes it's worth going for it. I think it was one of my live playthroughs where someone was like, there's so many times where I would just flip a table and then I just watch Greg like, oh, let's go to work and see what we can make happen. And a lot of those times, if I'm in that place where I feel like it's probably not going to work out, I would say more often than not, I'm probably right, and a win is not actually going to be available for me there. But winning's not everything, right? Just, I mean, if you're having fun, you're having fun, and especially with the live playthroughs, it's like I'm more like, let's play out the string and just at least learn some strategies and how there are ways you might be able to turn a loss into a win on those rare occasions. Because when you pull it off every once in a while, when you're like, I'm gonna totally lose, and you're like, oh, I totally won. It's a really cool experience in solo gaming, and kind of what makes us come back, right? So that is that. We'll be back. I'm going to get a win of this on the channel before long. Rest assured. Maybe the next time I'll do this live, and we'll see how the response to this first video is, because I think this could be really especially fun as a live playthrough. Just kind of throw that into that mix there. So if that's something that's of interest to you, please put that in the comment section below. questions, comments, epiphanies about this game, let me know. Rules I missed, strategies I might not have thought of yet, as I'm still just in the infancy stages of really exploring what this game has to offer. But there's a lot there. Again, love this feedback loop between me and my patrons and just various people on the channel, even beyond that, just suggesting games and putting things on my radar that I really wouldn't have thought of picking up otherwise. And so far, I mean, it's definitely been a lot more hits. a lot. I mean, not a lot, but the size of, I mean, Dawn of the Zed's obviously a huge hit for me. This game is going to be there as well. Not Dawn of the Zens level for me. I think there's a level of understanding what this game is and appreciating where it fits in my collection that I don't know if it's going to be cracking a top 10 anytime soon. But having a small box game like this, as I said when I started this thing, that has enough depth and interest, and I can throw it in a suitcase if I'm going on vacation and just have something to do at night to kind of scratch that itch. That's really, really hard to do. This simplicity that's here from a design standpoint, it's impressive. It's impressive to what they packed into this little card game here. So I am rambling. We take the L. Welcome to the channel, Death Angel. I wish you were a little more polite in your opening act, so to speak. But that's fine. We will pick ourselves up and we will dust the dirt off of our knees, and we'll come back again another day. And unfortunately, that spaceship is now fully sunk into the oblivion of the Genestealers, and we will, hopefully have new Marines in the future to save the next spaceship the next time around. But if you want to see what's coming up on the channel, as I always say, you go on my Patreon page. You can take a look at an upcoming schedule. At the end of every month, I try to post a schedule with what's coming up for the following month, so you can see what's coming down the pipe. Make sure you don't miss anything that you would want to see. If you're interested in supporting the channel, I would very much appreciate you taking a look at the tiers on my Patreon page as well, seeing if there's anything that makes sense for you. Otherwise, the likes, the comments below really do help, and sharing my content with someone who you in your gaming group who might be interested in seeing what I do. Really appreciate the support as this channel keeps growing, keeps getting better, and keeps giving me opportunities to bring new games to all y'all, and doing it in the goofy way that only I can do, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. I'm late. I'm late. Yes, I am late. I'm tired. It's late. I'm not late. It's late. I'm tired. I'm going to sign off before I say something really stupid or something else really stupid. But that's about it. Until next time, happy gaming.